I want you to think deeply about how much of your life you reveal to others. We live in a world where people feel the need to share everything, from what they eat to who they date, from their next move to their deepest plans. But the truth is this: not everyone deserves access to your private world. When you share too much, you give people the power to interpret your life the way they want. You hand them the keys to your peace. You open doors that should have remained closed. And sometimes, the people you trust the most can turn those private details into weapons when life shifts. Privacy is not secrecy, privacy is protection. It means you understand the value of silence, the safety in mystery, and the strength in restraint. You don't owe the world an explanation for your joy, your goals, or your pain. Learn to let your results speak louder than your words. Let people wonder how you move, not watch every step you take. Because when you talk too much about your dreams, your relationships, or your progress, you invite unnecessary opinions, envy, and energy that can distract or derail you. This first hour teaches one thing: control your narrative by controlling your mouth. You don't need to announce everything you're building. Let people see the finished work, not the process. Peace grows in private, success matures in silence, and happiness blooms in privacy. Always bear in mind that everyone listening to your story isn't always for you. Some people listen to you just to collect information, not to connect emotionally. They want to know what's happening, not because they care, but because they're curious. And when you speak freely without boundaries, you feed their curiosity at the expense of your peace. Some people smile while secretly competing with you. Some appear interested, but they're actually keeping tabs. And the more you reveal, the more you expose your vulnerabilities to people who might use them against you later. You have to become wise enough to know the difference between those who truly listen and those who eavesdrop with intentions. Be friendly, but not transparent with everyone. Speak, but filter your words. Share, but with boundaries. You don't need to tell people what you're planning to do next. You don't need to explain why you made certain choices. Silence confuses those who seek to control your narrative. The people who are truly for you don't need all the details, they trust your direction. They respect your silence because they know your peace is sacred. Today I want you to understand that silence is a form of self-respect. When you choose not to share every detail, you're not being rude or distant, you're being protective of your energy. There's power in being private. There's peace in keeping people guessing. There's growth in working quietly. When people don't know everything about you, they can't attack what they can't see. They can't destroy what they can't define. They can't sabotage what they don't understand. Self-respect means knowing what to say, when to say it, and to whom. It means understanding that silence sometimes speaks louder than words. It means letting your actions tell your story. Every time you overshare, you water down your strength. Every time you hold your peace, you preserve your power. Let people misjudge you if they want. You owe no explanations when your peace is your priority. Always protect your dreams until they are real. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking too soon about what they're still working on. You tell people your vision before it's solid. You announce your moves before they're made. And then, when challenges come, the same people you told begin to doubt you or gossip about you. Every dream has an incubation period, a sacred time of silence. That's when you plant the seed, water it quietly, and let it grow in darkness. If you expose your seed too early, it might die before it blossoms. Keep your goals between you, your plan, and your God. Don't seek validation from people who can't see your vision. You don't need applause when you're still in process, you need focus. Let your success shock the world. Let your achievements speak for themselves. The loudest people are often the emptiest, but the silent ones are usually the most productive. Your relationship needs privacy, not publicity. Now I want you to understand that your relationship or marriage is not public property. When you tell the world every detail of your love life, you give strangers the right to judge and interfere. Not everyone wants to see you happy. Not everyone claps for genuine love. Protect your relationship from gossip, envy, and unnecessary opinions. Keep your intimacy private. Keep your disagreements sacred. What happens between you and your partner should stay between you two. Privacy keeps love stronger. Mystery keeps love attractive. Peace keeps love alive. The more people know, the more they talk. The less they know, the more they respect your boundaries. A quiet relationship is not a hidden one, it's a protected one. Never share every detail of your love life, not even with friends. Because not every friend is happy for you. Not every pain deserves a public audience. When you go through hard times, the first instinct might be to talk, to tell the world how you feel. But learn this, not everyone deserves to know your pain. Some people will pretend to comfort you while secretly enjoying your downfall. Healing happens faster when you protect your emotions from public display. You don't need to post every heartbreak, every disappointment, or every frustration. Silence doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're healing privately. The strongest people aren't those who share everything, they're the ones who master their emotions in silence. They cry in private, they grow in quiet, and they come back stronger. Your pain doesn't always need validation. It needs processing. And you can't process what's broken if you keep explaining it to people who can't fix it. Protect your wounds until they turn into wisdom. Peace lies in privacy. Privacy is your power. Peace grows in silence. And maturity begins when you stop needing to share every detail to feel seen or understood. Learn to live quietly. Let your peace confuse the world. Let your mystery protect your soul. Let your silence be your strength. When you stop sharing every detail, you stop giving people the power to control your mood. You stop feeding gossip. You stop explaining your worth. You become free from opinions, free from comparison, and free from unnecessary noise. Protect your peace, protect your plans, protect your heart. Not every chapter of your life deserves an audience. Some stories are meant to be lived, not told. So today, promise yourself this: you will never again give full access to people who have no right to your private space. You will speak less and do more. You will live quietly and shine brightly. Because your silence is not emptiness, it's elevation. At the end of the day, life becomes lighter and more peaceful when you learn to keep certain things to yourself. You don't owe anyone a full explanation of who you are, what you're doing, or where you're heading. Silence is not hiding, silence is protecting. It is knowing that not every part of your journey deserves public access. There are things in life that lose their value the moment you talk about them too soon. There are blessings that fade because they were exposed to the wrong energy too early. And there are plans that collapse because you invited too many voices into something that needed only your focus and your faith. You must understand that life is sacred, and your peace is precious. The less you share, the more control you have over your emotions. The more private you become, the more powerful your presence grows. Because when people don't know your next move, they can't block it. When they can't predict you, they can't limit you. When they can't read your life like an open book, they begin to respect your boundaries. There's something magnetic about mystery, it protects you and it commands respect. Not everyone who listens to you wants the best for you. Not every "I'm proud of you" is genuine. And not every "tell me more" is innocent. Sometimes, the people you open up to the most are the same ones who pray silently for your downfall. So choose your listeners wisely, and guard your words carefully. The power of privacy is that it helps you live freely. It gives you space to make mistakes without judgment, to grow without noise, to heal without pity, and to rise without distractions. You don't need validation from people who don't walk in your shoes. You don't need everyone's opinion on your journey, because the path that's meant for you will never make sense to those who haven't been called to walk it. Keep your love life private. Keep your struggles sacred. Keep your dreams protected. The world doesn't need to know how you move, they'll see it when you arrive. There's peace in being misunderstood. There's beauty in being underestimated. There's freedom in keeping your life yours. You are not being secretive, you're being selective. You're not distant, you're disciplined. You're not mysterious, you're mature. Every time you stay silent, you preserve your energy. Every time you resist the urge to explain, you strengthen your confidence. Every time you keep something to yourself, you remind yourself that your life belongs to you, not to the public, not to gossip, and not to social validation. So today, let this message sink in deeply. Don't share every detail of your life. Keep your peace private, your growth silent, and your joy sacred. Let people wonder how you do it. Let your results tell your story. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Stay inspired, stay growing, and stay loved. Subscribe for more truth about relationships and marriage.